Hello all and welcome. So today I'm going to kind of showcase again my full collection. This is going to be a whole tour 2020 edition. Obviously I did one last year and I'm kind of hoping to do one every kind of year, kind of showcase more things that I've kind of got. Changes that I've done. A lot of changes has happened since last year. What's kind of happened. So a lot's kind of happened. Also, I've done a count this year of how many items I have in my collection. I am at 1,505 items. That includes DVDs, Funko Pops, comic books, games, just items, and I'll kind of tell like good examples like the box sets. I'm not including like my James Bond box set that has 24 movies. I'm not counting that as 24 items. I count a box set as one item. I think that's a little bit cheating if I was like, oh, that's 24 items right there. No, I'm just simply saying that is one item just to kind of clarify how I kind of personally kind of do it. So yes, so this is going to be a kind of just a tour of my whole kind of collection, kind of showcasing it off. Also because last year's video looked like this. Hello, welcome to the Gingergate Show. So, yes, you'd think after all those years of studying media, you thought that the main thing to remember is just to make sure that the bloody thing is in focus, because that's really none of use. So yes, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to showcase the whole thing. Behind me is the main kind of thing, is the hub, I like to call it, because I'm so cool. And that's kind of where the DVD collection, my main kind of stuff is. Over to my right, I have my Marvel corner, I like to kind of call it, over there. And over there is the James Bond corner, and to the other side is the Doctor Who corner, so I'm going to show you off all those bits. But the first thing I'm actually going to show you is actually, well, my collection is now seeping outside of this said loft space, and it is now outside of the corridor, which I'm just going to kind of show you. I've got a nice little bit there, so I guess actually we'll start off out there first. And yeah, so starting off with the tour is actually now outside onto the staircase, which I like to call the Staircase of Fame. This is like my favourite movies here, so I'll kind of showcase some of them here. We've got Enemy, Don't Look Now, North by Northwest, Forbidden Planet, Ex Machina, The Shining, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, The Rocketeer, Inglourious Bastards. It's not swearing if it's part of the thing, it's not. Ed Wood, Rocky Balboa, which is to be honest, it's my favourite Rocky out of them. The Lobster, Captain Fantastic, Samurai Cop, yes, of course it's in my collection, why would it not be? Knives Out, I really enjoyed that. Also, a little thing I should say, how I'm kind of done this is, it's a case of, bar from Invasion of the Body Snatchers and obviously Don't Look Now, is I've tried to keep it kind of one movie kind of per actor that I kind of, also just kind of show off the kind of rest there. Horror, my favourite movie, Dead End Drive-In, a movie I kind of only recently, and I've just fell in love with it, to be honest. A great Australian movie. If you've not seen it, you should give it a go. I'll kind of show you what I watched on in a second, to be honest. And Terminator. And yes, I apologise why the walls are not clean, because you thought I would prep before doing such thing, but obviously not. Great poster there of Colour Out of Space. A really good Nicolas Cage recent movie, which is not something I'd say recently, but there you go. And here is a section, got Back to the Future poster, is my kind of, what I'm kind of calling a kind of, I don't want to say retro classic era, because that just makes me sound pompous, doesn't it? But yeah, so it's a kind of a mix of Arrow collection. If anyone has them, they're really quite good. They kind of do like kind of B-movie, I don't want to say just like low budget movie, because it is like, Robocop's pretty, it's not terrible movies or all like that, but it's definitely kind of more kind of the kind of lower kind of end. God, it just looks clean here, doesn't it? It really does. But I've got the old VHS player, so I brought that out just kind of complete the collection. With now I moved, because I remember rightly they used to be actually inside my room, but now they're down here, where I now have the HMV exclusives, the VHS collection that they did. I'm just going to go a bit closer. So that's the Arrow collection with the Robocop box set in the middle, which has a poster which is going to go underneath the that one there that we have. So that should look quite good there. So continue on inside the actual loft with the hub area, and here we have the main hub area, I like to call it here. So, just kind of, I think I'll kind of talk about the top bits first and then kind of go through the kind of DVDs. But last time I actually went through every single DVD, which I'm not going to do this time. You can go back to that video if you want. But basically, how I do my DVDs is I do it in collection of actors, or there's some that's like the Disney movies, or I think like the American comedies. I've kind of got them like such. So yeah, so I'll just kind of talk about certain little kind of bits and bobs here. Down all here, I've got these cards that I got, which came with the Expendables bust, which I'll show you with Sylvester Stallone. So all these kind of character cards they came with it, which was it's really quite neat. I'm quite a big fan of actually the Expendables stuff. And here I've got kind of made myself these little kind of posters, which I'm going to get rid of, to be honest, because now that I've got all this outside, so I'm kind of thinking about doing Funko Pops along kind of down here. So I think I'm going to do that now next with, to be honest, oh god, this is still, I still have this, oh for God's sake. Moving on, so one of my favourite, and now probably is the most expensive thing that I now have, but I won't, I don't think I'll confirm the price, but yes, it's the Men in Black sidearm, which, oh god, I still can't believe I kind of have, I was kind of wanting it for some time, so yes, I just went for it. I got it from Sideshow Collectibles, which does the payment plan, which is really helpful. I paid it over like 4 to 5 months, so it really helped doing that one. And I have the 299 out of 1,000. Not too bad, but yeah, it's really nice. I love it. It's one of my favourite things I've bought now. And yeah, and it's the only place I can put it. It's kind of, as you can see, yeah, it's touching, it's nearly there. The Lego Millennium Falcon right next to it, I still have. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that. And then I'll just kind of quickly talk. I've got now a Jay and Silent Bob collection, which I really quite like. Because I got the, oh god, what was it? Diamond Select, kind of double. You can get them single. I put them together and the background goes together, which is pretty nice. I did a nice put a wee shelf there, so I've kind of got it there because I was kind of thinking, where the hell can I put these guys? But then I kind of thought, I've got enough space here, it'll do there. And I'll say I finally got Bluntman and Chronic Funko Pop, which was not easy and or cheap for Funko Pops, but that's it bought, that's it done now, so yes. And then down here I've still got my Power Rangers collection, which I proudly have here, just going to show you. I don't think the Green Ranger helmet was here the last time. I'm sure I did have that next to the television in my last collection one last year. So I've got the Funko Pops, the Green Ranger dagger there, his Megazord, the Dragonzord, a Megazord Funko Pop, the original Megazord toy way back in I don't want to say the number because it'll make me feel old, but the Funko Pops for all the villains. Right there, the Zeomorpher next to it, and I do have now the Gold Ranger dagger, which I now kind of have sitting here because I've kind of struggling for space. I did have it like kind of behind like the wall. I tried to do something and it kind of mucked up, and I think I'm just gonna leave it there now. And there's me and David Jost, still sitting there nicely. So yeah, I really like that. And then moving on to my action collection, which I have kind of sitting here. So we've got a couple of wee bits and bobs here. Little Robocop thing, a gun, this, oh god, oh jeez, that's terrible now, I've forgotten this Samaritan, I'm sure it is, that's terrible. The Hellboy gun, which, here's a little fun fact, I thought that was going to be in full size, and it came like that, and yes, the disappointment in my face was very high. A couple of figures there from, we've got Arnie, Terminator Predator, this wee beauty here, we have the Nakatomi Plaza bust, which is the Die Hard box set as well. They are in the back that they come in. Which is really great. It's one of my favourite busts, to be honest. I think it looks really good. And next to it, I now have Jackie Chan in a 6 scale figurine. It's really, the detail is really damn good, to be honest. Again, one of my favourite things. I think it's now added to the collection. And of course, there is space next to it because I've got John Wick Hot Toys coming in pretty soon. I was gonna wait, but with the video, obviously, but. I just thought I could keep on waiting and doing stuff, and it could keep on going and going. And I know it's a year now I've done a tour, so I thought, Johnny, just go for it. You need to get it done. So in the back, obviously, I've got Matrix Trilogy and then Indiana Jones just to the left. My Stallone bust, still one of my favourite things that I ever got, which, as I says, the cards came with that. The trilogy box set comes in, it's in the back. A couple of Funko Pops. I've no idea where I'm putting this, so this is just Barbossa's just here now, because as I said, I think I'm putting the Funko Pops on the wall. So this section here is what I like to call the Wizarding World of Middle-earth, which is a mix of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. So getting a bit close, got my Funko Pops from just Harry Potter. I don't have any from Lord of the Rings. In the background, many of you might remember these busts. That came from Two Towers, that came from Return of the King. Great detailed, the Gollum one especially is pretty damn good. I've got a couple of wands, I've got Lupin, Snape, Fleur Delacour and Dumbledore's wand there. Of course I would love to have more wands, but space is getting pretty tight. I've got the One Ring, and I can tell you right now it's not the expensive one that is. It's very much the cheap one. It was just showcased for the collection. Chocolate Frog there. Mad Eye's Flask, which is actually really little kind of show you there. Really actually quite liked it more, and it's actually pretty sure it was only like £30 or something. It was not too bad whatsoever for price. Then a Harry Potter Blu-ray box set, Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit right there. And here is one of my favourite things, is the dwarf coins. Really nice. I'll just see if I can try and open it. Yeah, there we go. Comes with a lovely little kind of casing like that, and the 5 coins of dwarfs, which is really neat. And there goes that. Of course, nothing goes smooth. Nothing ever goes smooth. There we go. And one of my favourite things as well is Lucius Malfoy's cane. I'll just do a little kind of way down. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look. Again, this is also kind of up there as one of my. I might do like a top 10 like favourite things, collection stuff, I guess you could say. I might kind of do that at some point. So yes, here we go, the DVDs once again. I'm just going to kind of skim through this all stuff because you could be here all day, to be honest. But as you know, or maybe you don't know if you're new, I guess, I am a huge Arnie fan, and I have, God, near enough all his movies now. He has got a new movie that came out, The Iron Mask, I believe they called it over here. It was a Russian movie, and it's called different, obviously, other places, but I believe in the UK, it was Iron Mask, they called it. So yes, I've got my Arnie collection there. Next to it is Jackie Chan, I have there, and just at the end I got a little bit of a Dave Bautista. I'm starting to quite like Dave Bautista. There, and here is this is just a slew of this row has always been, it's the same was last year, as just typically my favourite movies, but the kind of start here is a little bit kind of more favourite actors. So we've got kind of Joaquin Phoenix for a wee bit, then Viggo Mortensen, Jake Gyllenhaal I really like, and then it's just kind of a bit of a mix here, Submarine, The Lobster, Jojo Rabbit, and yeah, you can see a wee mix there. And then down here, got a bit of Stallone. He's one of my favourites as well. I've got not as many as I would say of Arnie. I've nearly got everything of Arnie, but Stallone not so much, because the difference between Arnie and Stallone made some crap over the years. Well, at least Arnie was relatively solid, I would actually say, overall. Then kind of going on to a bit of Dolph Lundgren there, a bit of Van Damme. And then lastly a bit of Steven Seagal, who sounds like he's gone completely nuts if I'm honest. But yes, I do have a bit of a collection there of him. Then Samuel Jackson I have, which was a pretty decent size. I wouldn't say it's not too bad. Obviously that's nothing, because he's actually made ridiculous amounts of movies at this point now. Then moving on to Daniel Craig. I'm a huge Daniel Craig fan. He's one of my favourite of the Bond actors. Yeah, a little bit of a Harrison Ford, nothing much of Harrison Ford. And a bit of Chuck Norris, not much of Chuck Norris there. And then condensing the Kevin Smith stuff down there. And then kind of lastly, not lastly actually, oh god I forgot about this, but my Nicolas Cage collection, which, can I get all that in one shot? There you go, yeah. Oh god, that's sad. Yes, I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan. I love that man. I don't care what anyone says, I love him. Then Tom Cruise, a little bit of Tom Cruise there, and then ending on a bit of Liam Neeson with Heat at the end as well, which is another good action movie. And then at the bottom here we have, oh, I'm just going to my knees. Oh, that's not good. It's not really a mix. We have got a bit of Daniel Radcliffe at the left, then moving into what have we got? A bit of Tim Burton, James McAvoy as well. Johnny Depp, I do have a big kind of Johnny Depp collection there. Yeah, it's kind of a mix. I've got a bit of Jack Nicholson as well. But Michael Douglas actually there. Will Smith in the bottom. Okay, no, there is actually. God, I'm starting to forget stuff I've got. That's bad. And then it's a little bit of a mix there. So kind of moving on to this side here. Got a bit of Matt Smith at the left, one of my favourite doctors. And then Tom Hanks. And then a little bit of Robert Downey Jr. Kind of want to build up. This bit's kind of a bit of not a huge amount of people. Let's move this. Then now, then it kind of ends in Jim Carrey. I've got quite a bit of Jim Carrey kind of stuff there. A bit of Simon Pegg. There. Moving along. Bit of Christmas movies, sci-fi, mostly sci-fi there. The bottom one I've got is just all American comedies. And they are kind of in a row from kind of late 90s, I would want to say. Moving along. And then here, my Disney collection. I've some, not all. And I kind of stopped by now, especially when Disney Plus came out, if I'm honest. My Pixar collection, which I do like it when they're in that sleeve. Then a bit of kind of DreamWorks there, a little bit mixed. Then below it, the Blu-ray collection I have there, going along. I'm not the biggest Blu-ray fan, if I'm honest. Like, yeah, they're fine, they're okay. Then kind of mixed in that one, to be honest. The reason why I'm kind of funny with Blu-ray is just like, I don't think there's a huge difference between a DVD and a Blu-ray. There's a huge difference between a DVD and a 4K, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'm like, I can see some difference there, you know. I just think for the money, I'm just not wowed by it. Then obviously my Simpsons box set, that's not changed. I don't think I've added anything on that. Scrubs next to it. And then here, this is actually my very first 4K movie. It's The Flash Gordon. I got the box set, the 40th anniversary box set, which is really quite nice. All my kind of box sets I have. Colour Out Space, that's where I got the poster I was telling you out in the corridor. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang box set, Alfred Hitchcock, Rocky, and that's kind of it for that kind of corner there. Just kind of quick overlook again for you. And a new kind of section I have, which I have right on my computer that I have here, is I do have a little bit of a DC collection, mostly Batman if I'm honest. I'm a big Batman fan. I've got the Batarang in the back, which I do love from the Dark Knight Trilogy version, the Dark Knight Trilogy box set there, with a Batman Funko Pop, but that's actually from the Batman movie, as well as his Batmobile there. And then randomly the Green Lantern's ring there, and a really neat Funko Pop from the Dark Knight that you see there, which actually also does this. Look at that, isn't that? That's amazing, isn't it amazing? So yeah, so that's kind of that kind of corner, and we'll just kind of continue on along. After the computer, I have my Infinity Gauntlet. I still have sitting here. Then my kind of entertainment section, is that what you want to call it? I don't know. That's my TV and games, I guess. Which I've got kind of some down here. I've got my PS2 and Xbox, and then a couple of just kind of box sets here. I've got my PS2 still here, Xbox. Nothing's kind of changed here. This is still my TV. Then I have my chair here where I watch things. Yes, I've got a pug pillow. How dare you even think that's bad? And then obviously the other side, I do have my Xbox One games, kind of more kind of DVDs. But here is my James Bond collection I have here, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to say it right now. Yeah, I'm going to put it kind of bluntly. This kind of section here is going to get completely changed. I was going to hopefully try and do it before basically doing this video, but again I got to a stage where money and time, and as I said, I wanted to get this kind of video done in a kind of year's time, So it was getting to a stage where I was getting, right, it's getting kind of past way over a year now. So that'll be for maybe, hopefully, maybe next year. I might do said thing. So yes, just talking about it here now. What I have, this is going to be completely kind of. I'm adding like I think another 2 shelves here actually, to be honest. So yes, kind of going kind of through it all. See the Blu-ray box set, a couple of DVDs, games, and all that. My Funko Pops here that I have coming down on the side of the kind of wall, which will be changed. That's going to be changed if I'm honest. I mean, I like it, but it's going to be different, I think. Here, these kind of cards I kind of made myself actually, to be honest. Pretty simple thing. I just kind of I like things that look the same, and then kind of obviously with the different characters, always kind of have that. Here, kind of a couple of props I have. This will be like a whole kind of its own big. Like the same size of the bottom one here. This is going to be its own thing because I'm starting to kind of it's getting quite a lot now. So yeah, I've got a couple of bits there. And then at the bottom here, because this is what I'm talking about, I've got a couple of kind of more props, checks and all that. We can get eBay, Prop Fiction, I believe the company was called on eBay. I found, and also got Jaws' teeth, which, wait for it, it's proper metal, which even I was quite surprised with. But yeah, so a couple of things. Seen it box set, portrait, Christ, listen to me. I printed off from Google, for goodness sake. Roger Moore there. My car collection I have along at the back here, and then my Big Chief Studios Roger Moore, one of my favourite six scale figurine. Still looks this. The detail is beautiful. But I'm gonna be putting a plywood wall. I've done the same thing with the Marvel collection, because this wall is, as you can see, the bottom here, it's a lot of it's holes, and then it's going to be even more holes when I take these ones out. So a lot's going to be happening. And then this side is kind of this will be kind of like the entertainment kind of section, because I'm going to move the DVDs and Blu-rays down kind of here. But here I've got some magazines, Empire Ones from Casino, Skyfall with No Time to Die, my VHS collection of the Bond movies, and a couple of wee kind of bits and bobs that came from the Lego. That came Big Chief. But Lego, I hear you cry. Yes, the Aston Martin sits beautifully here, because I've got nowhere else to put it. And then going along here, I should also say a good friend of mine, Saltorio Bond, sent this, which was nice of him. Hello Lee, if you're watching. I've got that sitting there now. So yeah, that's the James Bond collection, and this kind of corner of the collection. Oh yes, I also have got a couple of posters still. Skyfall, and one of my favourite posters, I think, of all of Bond. I do love that one. So continuing on with the Doctor Who corner. So after the James Bond corner, we move on to the Doctor Who corner. And I'm going to apologise right now, because these posters are, yeah, they're kind of wry. Jesus, like, I've had these for what was it, that must have been 10 years now, probably. But so yeah, I've got a couple of Doctor Who posters, Capaldi and Clara, a couple of other ones there. I still love, that's like one of my favourite posters, it really is. So just kind of bring back here. It is mostly, this is probably one of my most proudest corners. I put a lot of effort into this corner, I'm not going to lie. It is mostly the figures you see there. There's obviously DVDs and Blu-rays. I probably will do a video on its own about this whole kind of section, like really in depth, because it could go on for a while. I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll just kind of go into it. So, as you can imagine, like I think many collectors with Doctor Who figures, it's kind of goes through eras. So here's the kind of first Doctor era, which I don't have much of because there isn't really much. But there's his TARDIS. I finally managed to get it. There he is there, and I've got a couple of Daleks in the back there. I kind of sitting in the second Doctor, the B&M one there. Kind of going into the third Doctor, because this is where it gets a bit much. The K1 robot, which I was really happy I finally got. That just came in actually the other day. There, in the background there, I've got the those hopefully it'll move. Yes, there you go, it's moving. It came with the Series 10 box set for Doctor Who. So, just kind of going along there. It took quite some time to get, like, I was quite late in getting a lot of the kind of classic figures, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks quite good overall. And then coming down, 7th Doctor era. Also, I finally got his TARDIS. His TARDIS and the First Doctor's is really quite hard to kind of get. I don't have every figure. I'm going to say right now, there's a lot. It's missing. But the era I seem to nail off everything of is obviously Tennant's, because if you're a fan like myself, that's when it really was. It was, you know, Tennant isn't my favourite Doctor, but it was a huge time, and Doctor Who was everywhere when, especially if you were a fan. So just kind of going through it all here. And my very first, which I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm going to start this to be honest, but kind of the unboxed stuff, which I really quite liked. Matt's my favourite, so I thought, yeah, I'll do a nice little kind of thing there. And then coming down here, we have the end of Series 3 and 4, as well as then we've got the kind of spin-offs here of Torchwood and Sarah Jane. Yeah, here, because I did a Slovene here, that's why there's not a Slovene. If you're wondering why was there no Slovene in Series 1, for goodness sake, I put one here. And then kind of goes into Series 5 with Matt Smith's era. We kind of have then, this is when it gets very light. Capaldi's I don't have much of, because there isn't much to collect, sadly. So yes, and then the bottom, which, you know, I can actually say I have all of the 13th Doctor's stuff, because obviously there's not been much just out yet, so it's the only era where Brights I have everything. Well, I guess they did release a 13th Doctor now where she has another coloured top, which is just what was needed. And this is one of the most favourite things I have done with this collection, with my Sonic Screwdriver's little kind of display section. I have here, these I used to use for the Marvel Funko Pops. I've now got a new thing for that, which I'll just show you. But here, I put all my Sonic Screwdrivers here with the Vortex Manipulator right in the middle. I think it's quite nice. And a couple of wee bits and bobs. Sonic lipstick, Sarah Jane's watch, the fob watch, TARDIS key, you see there, a TARDIS Funko Pop. And then coming down here, I have so far all of the Blu-ray box sets they've done for the classic era, which here's hoping they do more. I'm going to say it right now, I really hope they start maybe doing the you know, William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton, but I wouldn't mind a coloured version would be pretty, you know. I mean, if they're going to re-release this again, like, they need to give something different and something fresh and new, and I think that'd be quite nice to see, to be honest, because some coloured stuff in that 60s stuff looks so good. This is my Dalek collection. Again, I don't have them all, but you see some there. Apologies, not the greatest light kind of coming with this bit. And then I've got all the 5, my favourite boys down there. With my Funko Pops, which I don't like them sitting on the floor here, but I'm running out of space. Then obviously in the background I have the classic DVDs. I'm not one of those people that keeps them, like I'm already selling the ones. I don't know why I would keep them, because I'm running out of space, so I wouldn't. So I'm going to obviously sell them. And then in the background, just the rest of the DVDs, and then it kind of goes into the Blu-rays of the kind of recent stuff on there. So yeah, that's the kind of Doctor collection there I have. It's one of my favourite collections. I love the show. It means a lot to me. And then obviously I still have the Marvel duvet bed sheets. That will never leave. Because obviously moving on to is the Marvel collection. Carrying on with the Marvel duvet. Actually, I just on my bedside here, I do have my pin collection, which I was hoping for more. It's not changed, I don't think, since last year. Just how it worked, I was kind of hoping, obviously, I would travel to places, but that's not obviously going to work out much of lately. Then here, this is a brand new thing I got for this year. I very much really like it. Part of my Marvel collection here. This really kind of nice bookcase, shelving unit. Christ, I forget what they call it, but yes, really like it. It was really good. It helps with what I'm kind of wanting. In time, these two spaces, that space there, and the space in the bottom will be two helmets going in. Just obviously in time, but not right now. So you're just kind of going through it. I have Ant-Man statue there, a wee kind of Professor X, obviously that will move at one point. Ant-Man helmet down there, with Black Panther statue at the bottom, a rescue statue, which I couldn't go up, there we are, and Star-Lord helmet down there, with Thanos and the Hulk there. See, it looks so out of place. There will be more going in, and the War Machine statue down there. So that's that kind of, I really do love that kind of area. And this is just a recently completed bit. All the 10 Funko Pops from the X-Men trilogy. Obviously the third one not so much, but the first two I loved. I love that cast. You know, kind of grew up with them, so it was kind of neat getting that. And then the Hulkbuster statue I have here, and then kind of going along, the Marvel Encyclopedia, my Bible I have sitting there. Wolverine's claws. Got there. These are very kind of cheap versions. But yeah, they sit there. Modine exclusive posters are still kind of the back. I still have a couple of them there. Captain Marvel Hot Toys, looking great sitting there. The Thor statue, one of my favourites actually. I think this looks really good, and it wasn't like too ridiculous as well in price. You can kind of easily get them. Here is a bit of a mix, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the greatest looking kind of bit here. Got some Lego at the top. The whole MCU there in Blu-ray. I've got still kind of the same kind of stuff. Some figures in the bottom. My comic book collection in the back. Some Lego because I've got nowhere to put it. My Spider-Man Vans still have here, and then this is very much a new bit here. Is the Marvel Funko Pop collection. I have here. Apologies for the poster that's falling. Please stay there. But yes, so I wanted to obviously keep the Doctor Strange picture there, which I really liked, from Sam Ding. Got it from Comic Con a good couple of years back. But yeah, my kind of Marvel collection of Funko Pops. Just gonna go through them down. And as you can see, I have got space to do more. I'm in no rush to fill them. It'll be in time when I will finish them. And obviously I've got posters still. I kind of moved them along. Marvel posters there, with Civil War and Captain Marvel one there. So yeah, that's the Marvel collection. I love this. This is, I think I got from IKEA. I got from here, so it was really good. I think it just looks really great as well. It really just, it makes it look really official, and looks very nice. Looks very nice. So yeah, really like that. And that's the Marvel corner. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that tour of my collection. Anything you liked, enjoyed seeing, comment down below, tell me what you liked. Maybe you'll want to know where I got it. It's, you can more than welcome to comment down. See what you liked. I love collecting. This is a huge passion of mine. I love everything in this room. Naturally, I wouldn't buy things I don't like, because that'd be weird. Yes. Yes, comment down below. Tell me anything you liked seeing that you'd maybe want yourself, obviously, and kind of want to know how to get it. I don't know, eBay. There you go. Just eBay is most of the stuff I got this stuff, to be honest. But yes, Jesus, it's warm. That light right on me, it's like the sun. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll probably see you again in another year's time of a tour, possibly. See how it goes, possibly, who knows, maybe. Depends how this year goes. Bye. Oh, hi. Do you like fun videos? You bet I do. Well, it's very important to remember to subscribe and for fun videos like this one and this one for more entertainment.